Just running an errand. Uh, Thought I'd talk here a few minutes. We're going down to Page Race Engines. I'm going to pick up a set of head studs for my Gen 3 block we're putting together. I had a set, but they was the real cheap China ones. And the nuts that was on it to start with, you know, the cheap China ones, it kind of crushed them, and I put my ARP nuts that come with my set for the Gen 4. I put them on it the first time, and all was well. Well, since then, let me get on the interstate, off the exit ramp here. Man, there's a lot of traffic up here nowadays. But so I put the nuts on the Gen 4 4.8, which was the ARP stud, so that sets back together. So anyway, long story short, I'm having to go pick up another set of head studs for my Gen 3 block. Most know this, but the Gen 3s are longer and all but 4 holes, so you have to have a different, different set of studs for it. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And when we get here, I'll kind of take a picture of the sign and all. I'm not going to carry the phone inside. Try to video that, or not this trip anyway. So anyway, I'm going to pause this thing, and when I get there, we'll carry on. Might be vibration, I don't know. Alright, I will go in and get this done and be right back. Alright, let's try that. I think we'll get my earpiece in here. Let's try that. I think that should be a lot better. I had a setting wrong on my camera, so I think that's a lot more smooth. Anyway, I got in there, and I should have messaged before I come down. Brandon and I spoke yesterday, and he said they're supposed to come in. Hey, I run a business. This stuff happens every day, But anyway, good thing is they're supposed to be here tomorrow. So I think tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll get back down. I don't know, tomorrow or Thursday, something like that. I'll get them picked up. I want to try to get the top end on it this weekend. And figure out what oil pan I'm going to use, what front timing cover, all of that stuff. So I may use my old one, because all of that works. There ain't nothing wrong with it. If I decide to put the oil drains back in the oil pan, then I'll have to do me another pan, but I got 2 or 3 of them, so that's not a big deal. But anyway, I'm going to cut this one off. I don't know what I'm going to add to it or whatnot, but whenever I get that figured out, I'll edit this out, or I'll add that in. Alright, here at the shop, my shop at home. I got the studs. I'll show you those. Let's see. This is what we got. They are Engine Works. I let it go with a little cheaper one because I feel they do the same thing on the horsepower levels that we are going to be running. There they are. They 12-point nuts. You know, on the Gen 3s, you've got the shorter studs and then the longer studs. And there's the brand on them. I'd have to look at the ticket, but I think they was just shy of $200. Where ARPs is anywhere from $350 to $400, just depending on where you get them. But what I want to do today is I want to uncover the motor, get the head stud screwed in, the heads on, torque down, and see if I can get a push rod length. Because once I get the push rod length and get the push rods ordered, when they get here, then I can button the motor up. I don't know, I'll just have to see. I maybe can go ahead and degree the cam. I don't know. I may have to have the correct size push rod to do that. In fact, I about think I will. But anyhow, and I got a few push rods. I think I got 3/8, not 3/8. Yeah, 3/875s. Not 3/8. 7. I think 7/4 is stock. I think I got 7/3/85. I can't remember. Anyway, but if I got one that'll work, we may go ahead and get the cam in and get it. Well, I'm gonna put the cam in regardless, and the push lifters, and you know, we'll have to see what happens with the push rod, because you got to get the correct push rod length, or nothing else is gonna work right. But anyway, let me get this uncovered and going, and I'll turn it on and video the process. All right. Let me turn the digger dial off here. I'm watching the Digger Die Christmas Clash while I'm putting my motor together. I wonder how many guys are doing the same thing. But we're screwing the studs in the block. I'll just kind of show you how I do that. You do not tighten or torque these. Actually, they bumped some. You can see they're not tight. So I just run them down till they bump. Battery is about ready. And I did put oil on the threads that go down in the block. For those of y'all don't know, on the Gen 3 block, these are the short studs. All the rest of them are the long studs. Oh, that might have been a little too tight. Now, done it again. Dang. There we go. I think we got all of those. put the little ones in. Put just a little dose of oil on them. I don't try to put anything on or in dry. I know some folks do that different, but anyway. I'm trying not to get the surface oily either because, well, this is clean, fresh out of the machine shop, and I don't want to get it dirty, and I don't want to have to do no cleanup. I don't have to. I'm going to pause for just a second, and I'll be back. I'm going to be pausing in between me grabbing parts and stuff like that because, you know, I have to go back and edit all of this stuff. And yes, I'm having to cheat here. This is a torque bit. I don't have an Allen that's the correct size. If this works, so because like I say, all you do is run them down until they bump, and that's it. There's no tightening on this stud. Some people even say they leave these little ones out, but I don't know, everything I've ever had, I need all the help I can get, so. Alright, studs are installed. Let me get this put up. I gotta get the cam out, get it cleaned. I gotta get the head gaskets out, and I gotta get the heads unwrapped, ready to, and I gotta put the lifters in. We're running link bar lifters. I'll show you how I put them in, and I'm going to try to go through the whole process. Alright, here we go. We're going to slide the cam in. Always a little tedious. You don't want to bang your cam bearings. Now the hardest one. Yeah, this is one. Cam install tool here. There she is. The bolt with a pair of eye scripts. I mean, yeah, they make a tool, you know. Just gonna leave that in for a few minutes. Rotating good. Here we are, kind of switching things up, but to install the lifters, I mean, it's just real simple. I got them lubed up. I'll leave that one alone. I just put them in and slide them up and down. Make sure I don't feel no burrs or anything like that. They are all good. I did have to sand the burr off of one a few minutes ago, but it's real simple. Just you scuff them off with a sandpaper, and then you got to clean them and then re-oil them and all of that stuff. All right, we're getting to the good stuff now. Torque these down. I done went around them, so I'm just rechecking them. Perfect. 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 Now, all of those are, I don't know if you can see this or not, but 18, they torque at 18, that's 18.5, so I'm going to call that good. I got to get the cam sprocket out, and let's see if I can reverse this thing. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Oh, I got it covered up. All right, well, we'll scratch that. But I got to get my cam chain, cam sprocket, that stuff out where the cam don't slide out the back of the motor. And once I get that on and the cam sprocket torqued down, then we're going to do the heads. All right, so we're going to turn the dot up. That'll bring this piston all the way to the top. Alright, that's 180 out, so that would be the exhaust stroke. I can get my flashlight. Well, I forgot that we retarded this thing a lot. 6 degrees. Pause this thing for a minute. I gotta collect my thoughts and remember what I done here. Okay, I don't want to feel like a dummy. I've done this a bunch of times, but anyway, I ain't gonna take it loose, or take the phone off of the stand. But here's the dot. Here's R6, and you spin the cam backwards and line the dots up when you rotate the sprocket on the crank. I think I'll go back over all of this and I'll for sure figure it out. And then, if I have to change this, because I got the degree of the cam and all of that, All I'm trying to do up here today is get where the cam will stay in place, not go out the back, where I can get the head gaskets and the heads on. So I'm going to try to get my push rod length measured today. So let me pause this just a second, get a few bolts in, and I'll be right back. Oh. I'll go back and torque those and all of that a little later. It's just not a big deal right at the moment. I'm going to rotate this just a little bit. That should have come back to R6. If I remember right, because this is not a belt drive or anything, you know, it's timing chain. So it's off just about 2 degrees, I think, on degreeing the cam. But anyway, we'll get into all of that when I do it. Because I want to go through the whole process of putting this thing together for you. At least the way I do it. So, and I degree the cam on intake center line. So it's the simplest way that I found for me to do it. Without having to sit down 3 or 4 days and learn a whole bunch of stuff about cam timing. So anyway, let me pause this again and get some more goodies out, and we will proceed. All right, I got some brake clean on the little rag. These surfaces are clean, you know, but I just want to wipe them one more time to make sure. We are definitely planning to throw boost at this baby. A lot of it, or all of that, what I think's a lot. Yeah, I should have gloves on, but it's not real dirty, but there's always a little on there. You want to use lint-free rags, because I have in the past used a rag that had lint, and believe it or not, that lint got caught in the oil strainer on the pickup tube. And well, that was interesting. It didn't cause no damage, but it was still there. Hard to get a motor together completely clean. I don't know what that was. And which I didn't assemble the bottom end on this motor, and chances are I'm gonna carry it down to Brandon and let him prime the oil system and all of that. I'm kind of concerned about that right there. I don't know what exactly that is. It's a little late now, but Anyway. Alright, that'll do that. Head gaskets on LS's, you got water jackets in the back. That was upside down. This should go like this. Just like that. And then this one should go like this. See the, make sure the camera's on. See the small water ports? They go in the back. The big water port goes in the front. And I'll show you. To be honest, it wouldn't hurt if I had some dowel pins for the block. I'll be right back. Alright, I think I'm going to wait. Let me get back here where you might can see me. I'm going to try to explain this on the head gaskets for those that don't know, for ones that's not marked. But this is a set of LS9 head gaskets I put on one of my first motors. A good gasket. I never had any problem out of the gaskets. I will reuse these on something at some point. But if you can see, these are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers on this. On these, they are 3 layers. The one reason I don't want to run these is because you lose compression. A super jam up gasket, but you do lose compression because the hole for the piston's bigger. You know, a 6.0 is a bigger bore. And if you want to know the front, see, these are marked. Let me see. Let me see if I can shine a little light on it. Yeah, I think that made it worse. But anyway, it's marked front right there. So when you move this to the front, and it can go on either side, I don't think that matters. But you see, you got your big water port up here, you got the 2 smaller water ports in the back. And when you put them on, you know, if you got it backwards, it'll run hot because it won't let the water circulate through the head. But let me slide this on and I'll show you the difference in the piston bore and why you lose compression. Or at least in my mind. I mean, it ain't got no choice but to lose compression. So I don't know if I can do this with it on the stand or not. I'm going to go up. Ooh, yep, she's turning. All right, let me, hold on. I'm going to have to edit that out. Let me take the phone down off of the tripod right quick. All right, let me mash this down. All right, see right there? See this top gasket? This, the dark black on the bottom. See the difference? And that wouldn't be much, but I promise you that will cause you to lose a little bit of compression. And I don't want to lose no compression. The next motor I put together is going to be 11 or 12 to 1 compression. Yes, it's a turbo motor. A lot of people still ain't up on, they think you got to run low compression. It does make the tuning window a lot bigger. But for horsepower, the hotter the motor is, the better the turbos are going to work. So like this motor should be 10 to 1 compression, give or take a little. And that's good. You know, I remember the days back in the late 80s, early 90s when we was doing them turbo bikes. You know, 8 to 1, 8 to 1, 8 to 1. That's all you ever heard. It'll blow up. It'll never do this. You know, all of that's been proven to be wrong now. You can run higher, not like extremely high, but there again, the motor that Turbo John just put together, that his new big block, I think he said it's 13 to 1. And he ain't having no friend. That rascal spools just up, 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 and he's there. Yeah, I ain't doing that again. But you know, it's a lot of the older ways of thinking are going out. I learn something every single time that I mess with a motor. I watch a lot of videos trying to learn what other people's doing. Let's get my glasses that way. See, my glasses are dirty. But anyway, so let me get this flipped around. This back off of here, and to be honest, I'm probably going to stop, and I'll show you why. Let me pause this and get that off. But like I was saying, I'm going to stop here today, and probably going to get dowel pins. I'm going to call Brandon Monday and see what he says, if he thinks it'll make a difference. But let me turn. See right here, the other gaskets was bigger, but see that